and welcome back. And now we are joined by the recent D3 Hoops Region and Coach of the Year, the one and only Rusty Rainbolt, who took a 10-vote task of turning the team around from one of the worst to one of the best in all of the college basketball. Coach, let's go back down to memory lane. First game against Centenary. I'm broadcasting the game. I think I made some comments somewhere along the lines of, well, this team's pretty new and all that. There's a lot of questions about them because they're the dark horse of the ASC. And you kind of looked at me with this conference and he said, oh, you want answers? I'll give you answers, to say the least. So, but in all seriousness, I mean, I got the answers then and I got it throughout the season. But did you think you were going to answer your own questions as to what we could expect to see?
Absolutely. There's never any doubt. We have a good group of girls.
Well, that's definitely. But in all seriousness, Coach, tremendous season. Obviously, I mean, you put ETBU on the map, especially given the circumstances and all that. But just kind of talk about the overall journey and all that, from starting the season off at Centenary, then going through the ups and downs, and then also putting together this miraculous run, which, as we're seeing right now in March Madness, there are a bunch of those going on. Yeah,
well, we're going out buying glass slippers for all of our players because I guess we're the Cinderella team, since that's what everybody was saying. But no, that Centenary game seems like a lifetime ago. We've done a lot since then, but it's been a lot of fun. I don't know that anybody could said that they would have thought we could accomplish what these young ladies have accomplished this year on the court. Off the court, there are no limitations to what the Lord can do in the lives of people that are trying to serve Him and seek Him. But on the court, one thing that I think we all have experienced this year is the Lord. He cares about every area of our life, and He does care about what goes on that court, and not for the sake of winning and losing games, but for the sake of just showing His people that He loves us and He is involved in everything we do. And we've seen that firsthand as a program. But wow, what a journey. It was a lot of fun, and it was fun because you got to take that journey with a lot of cool people and have a lot of experiences that I think we'll all remember forever.
And just talking about the experiences, Coach, you guys made it all the way to the Elite Eight after winning the conference championship and everything. And one of the key moments that kind of summed up the entire year for me was just looking at the story, and you embraced your lone senior this year, Katie Boren, and just with the whole experience with the team, what were your emotions kind of after that game, even though you guys did come up short, only losing by 4, but what was that moment like for you?
Well, it was that whole trip out to Waverly, Iowa was just an amazing experience, a neat experience. I think something that we all were excited and just felt very thankful that we got to do. The whole time we were there, me and my wife talked about this. I had just an extreme peace just about the whole experience, and I didn't really know what to make of that. I mean, we spent a lot of time in prayer just trying to make sure that we were connected to the Lord, and He gave us, me and my wife especially, just a great peace while we were there. But to win against St. Thomas, a team that is a perennial powerhouse in Division III, and do it in the way we did was an amazing experience for our team. But then to turn around the next night and play a team like Wartburg, who was, I think at that point, 31-0 maybe, and they had an amazing crowd and just amazing facilities. Just the whole experience was awesome. And our girls were excited and up to the task. And, but that game was kind of a roller coaster. We came out and we were kicking their tail in the first quarter, and then second quarter they got back in the game, and I think it was maybe a 2-point game at halftime, and then they kicked our tail in the third quarter, and then the fourth quarter we kicked their tail, just came up a little short, like one possession short. But what was so cool is after the game, I've never had a season end knowing that this, our lone senior Katie, and knowing some others in the locker room may not ever play again too. I've never had an experience with a team where we lost the last game, but yet had such an overwhelming joy and peace and thankfulness. Usually you're caught in the moment of it being over, and our team just had a really cool experience to be able to circle up and pray with the girls from Wartburg and just the fans and the experience of it. I mean, it was amazing, and God just was so merciful to allow our girls to not be so consumed with losing as opposed to just thankfulness, and that was neat. And Katie Bourne is one of the most amazing people you ever meet, and just has a beautiful spirit and a humility and a light. And as much as we hated for it to be over for her, we were just very thankful we got to take that journey with her. And I think she would say the same thing. It's hard for it to be over for her, but I think she grew very close to a lot of these girls and coaches and enjoyed the experience. And wow, that fourth quarter she had was miraculous. I mean, she was letting it fly from everywhere, and she hit one from almost half court. And, just to get to watch her go out that way was really cool.
Coach, obviously being the fact that, you started the season off with a lot of questions, but as the season went on,
You had the questions. You had the questions. We all knew what was coming, but you were the
Well, hey, okay. Hey, come on now. I had to set the stage up for something. I mean, there was a lot of uncertainty there, but in all seriousness, the more you continue to win, the more you continue to, make this incredible run, the more you started to get a lot of notoriety and more respect. I recall after the game listening to the head coach at Wartburg's interview saying that he was really impressed and that this ETBU team was for real, and obviously he would like to be a part of the whole thing that you were dealing with here at ETBU as well. But on a certain level, now comes the point where next year you're starting to kind of be a team that could be in contention for the ASC for real, obviously. And but knowing that you have a lot of players coming back, at least for next season, what's the mindset going into next season? I know you got a lot of recruiting that you have to worry about, but just take me through just getting your teammates excited for next season.
Yeah, this time of year, it's kind of a mindset shift for the coaching staff, the players, and the players too. Right now, I think we're all kind of coming off of that emotional high that everybody was feeling and excited about, and now it just kind of gets back to settling into for the players, get caught up academically, and then us sitting down, players and coaches, and having our team and our individual meetings and discussing, what we saw, what we experienced, how can we make it better, where do we go from here individually and collectively. We've got to do that. We're actually in the process of setting those meetings up tomorrow and Friday and then next week. But we'll do that with the girls. And then, the girls got to get back on their own, start getting back in the gym and just starting to kind of work on their game and trying to get better. And, they'll start working on the strength conditioning part of things as well. And then for coaches, it's a different mindset because we don't get to be in the gym with them. We don't get to do anything basketball related with them, until October 15th of next year. So our mindset is how do we help our girls be the best they can be, and a lot of discipleships like we've talked about. I mean, that was kind of the last message I had. We flew back in on Sunday, brought everybody in, turned their uniforms in real quickly and the practice gear, and then I just told them there is no in season and out of season or off season for serving Jesus. And so that's one of the things I want the girls to understand. I mean, last week was spring break, and then moving forward, it's like what we do, there's no in season or out of season for that. It's just who we are and it's what we do. And so that's important for our girls to understand is it's honorable to go to class. It's honorable to stay out of trouble. It's honorable for the Lord to get in the gym and work on your craft and, continue to develop the relationships and pour yourself into the word and grow. And so that's what the players' focus has to be right now, is to continue to do and be everything that the Lord's called them to be. For us as coaches, we've got to wrap up some recruiting stuff. We've got an amazing group of girls coming back. We love our players, and we feel very confident and comfortable in who they are and their ability to get better and help this program continue to grow on the court. But just the type of people they are off the court and how much they're growing spiritually and what they're doing academically and all that. I mean, we just love and are very blessed with the group we got coming back. But every college program, obviously, recruiting is the lifeblood of your program, and you've got to constantly do that. And so we're working on that right now. We've got some young ladies that we think are perfect fits for our program set to come in with us next year, and and so that's kind of just where we're at. But overall, it's just maintenance and housekeeping of the program right now and making sure we're taking care of all the little stuff. So
All right, and my last question for you, Coach, is I'm actually concerned about, with the family in terms of, they had about as much fun as you had out there on the sidelines. They were with you almost every step of the way. How does this kind of affect them for the season to all of a sudden be over and now have to wait, like you said, until October of next season? So how's this affecting them?
Yeah, well, it has been. It's been different. I mean, I think my kids are all in shell shock because they're actually home. We were gone for 3 straight weeks with my kids and and my wife, but we're still in March Madness mode at the house. We've got games on every night, and my daughters are jumping up and down, and my wife is watching games and all that. So as soon as that ends, I think we're all going to kind of hit that lull and depression of, basketball is really over, and we're not a real big NBA family, so we don't watch a lot of the NBA until the finals. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I know I had an 8-year-old that was a little ticked off that she couldn't be down on the sideline and in the locker room for the NCAA stuff because of the way the rules are for the NCAA. But yeah, it was just an amazing experience. And I know I've told you guys, but there was a time in my life where it was just so work, and business focused that I kind of separated the two, and now it's like the Lord has just allowed me to have that grace and humility to realize now there doesn't, it's okay to have my wife and my kids just wholeheartedly involved in that, and so in everything we do. And so that was just a blessing that ETB would allow my family to be as involved as they are and travel with us and watch the games and be involved. And the way you guys and everybody just, I think it all just feels like one big family. And I know I was heartbroken to hear you guys didn't get to go up there with us, but Adam did a pretty good job. I guess y'all saw the highlight videos. He held the torch for us. But anyway, so I got a question for you guys. Who we picking in the men's Final Four? I mean, come on now, y'all got to. I know y'all are baseball guys, but surely.
Well, I mean, I'll admit I had Michigan State winning it all, but unfortunately, Michigan State. But I mean, Michigan State lost, but my bracket was already busted when Virginia got eliminated. So
yeah.
Putting me on the spot. I haven't been watching as much, but yeah, most of my expectations were gone away in the Sweet 16. So, it should be very interesting. College basketball is kind of like that, where you never know what's going to happen. So,
yeah. Well, I don't know if you noticed, but we've still got Baylor and Texas on the women's side that are still in, and then A&M and Tech, my alma mater, still in on the men's side. So I think Texas got a chance to bring it home.
Well, we'll see about that. All right, Coach Rainbolt, or I should say Rusty the Rainbolt. I mean, that could be a popular theme song soon. All right. But anyways, Coach, thanks for all you do during the season, and we look forward to seeing what next year brings. Stick around. We're going to come back in just a moment.